La Yasha'Allah, which means to Israel. Majum, which means to stand. Punya Hakidam, which means turn, face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawu, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayya, Shemka, Yahawah, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayya, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawur, Hayya, Bashamayim, Nathan, Lanawa, Lakham, Call, Yawam, Wasalachanaw, Kwabawathnaw, Kasalachnaw, Kwabawathinaw, Wala'ah, Tabayaynaw, Banasayawan, Abol, Hawashaynaw, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wataparith, La'alamyam, Aman. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. For the cock or the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ukashah, Nathananawa, Hakak, La Rapa'ah, Kal Makalah, Ukal Manawa, Hakak, Latzahar, Hamatazariah, Hakak, Lahakim, Hamathium, Hakak, Al Rakawat, Atama Allah, the Garshan, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the water Amun. Pray for the power in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Wa Yasha'Allah, Wahabayah, Saparium, Barak, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the water Aman. Bless Israel in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai. Bless us and Israel and the school in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hahorium, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ayim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Rugolka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yashun, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazorka, Al Yad, Yumyaka, Yawamum, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balya Allah, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Mukol, Rai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Dazaatka, Wabuaka, Ma'aitha, Wa'aid, Awalam. Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out, and thy coming in, from this time forth, and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayim, all Damayah, Lakah, all Faharash, all Tashakwat, all Kaya, Pana, our Yabika, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, all Aimaka, Ya'ara Yamwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Yaitazawat, all Tazapawanyaka, Marawa, Lakawa, Wanaki Dum, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham, Yasha Allah, Iwada, Kaya, Nawaitazawat, Laba, Yakadwa, all Yaka, Barya, Yakarathwa, Ahoya, Adawum, Wayashamai, Alayum, Mawa'aba, Wahagoria, Gabal, Wa'amawan, Wa'amalak, Palasha, Aim, Yashabia, Tazawar, Gam, Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanya, Lawat, Selah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadian, Kasa Yasara, Kayabian, Bonakaol, Kayashawan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayan Da'ara, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shai Thamwa, Nara, Yamawu, Ka'ira, Wakaza'aba, Wakazabak, Wakazazor, Manai, Call, Nasayakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarashah, Lanawa, Na'awaf, Allahayam, Allahayab, Shayathamwa, Kagogola, Kakwash, Lapanya, Rawaka, Ka'ash, Taba'ira, Ya'ira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Harayam, Khan, Dardatma, Basa Irika, Wabasa, Wapatka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Palawan, Wayabakashwa, Shuka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Wayaba'owa, Aidi, Waya Kaparwa. Waya Abadwa. Waya Daiwa. Kaya. Thug. Shimka. Yahweh. Labatka. All you one. All. Call. Ha'aratazah. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence, O my power.
Keep not thy silence, O my power.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O my power.
And be not still, O my power.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee,
have
lifted up the head.
And lifted up their heads.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against our people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against our hidden ones.
They have said,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel, may be no more in remembrance.
And no more remembrance.
For they are consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gabal. And Evan. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. And like Zeeb. Yea. All their princes. As Zeba. And as Amunah. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of the Most High power in possession. O my power. Make them like a wheel. As a stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. And as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High, over all the earth. Pray for the blessings in the Hebrew, or Slagia, or the power structure in the Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shai. Wam Yaka Allah. Wa Hayim. Matazavya. Alawap Yahana. Ha Alawapyum. Ha Saranyum. Ha Quatazayanyum. Ha Kayayum. Wa Akwafian. Yahweh. Bashim Yahushai. The water Aman. Pray for the power structure in the English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahweh Shai. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yahana. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Sar, which means to turn. Yeshabia, which means to be seated.
One question about prayers. We're not doing the curses anymore.
As of right now, no. at least for the service.
Okay. Oh, so
So yeah, you can do them during classes, and when a brother randomly just comes up and asks for the prayers, then the officer can come get the binder and get the prayers for the brother. So it's the protocol is always adjusting and improving.
Okay. No. So
No, you too.
I know it's not my place. I just.
No, you too. Saying that's
I was like,
a harmless question.
Like I know for TikTok, definitely.
Right. TikTok is extremely sensitive. We're going to be in 1 Kings chapter 14, verse 11 in the Hebrew. If you got a Tanakh, you can follow along in that. Or if you have a Blue Letter Bible, you can follow along in that. All right, this is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 14, verse 11 in the Hebrew. Hamath. La Yarobaim. Ba'ayar. Yaakov. It's like it. Hakalabium. Wahamath. Bashadah. Yaakov. Iwap. Hashamayim. Kaya. Yahweh. Debar. Verse 12. Wa'ath. Kwawamya. Lakya. Labayahka. Baba'ah. Ragolyak. Ha'ayar. Wamath. Ha-Yalad. Verse 13. Wa-Sapadawa. Lawa. Kol. Yasha'ala. Wa-Kwabarwa. Athwa. Kaya. Za. Labadwa. Yabaa. La Yarabaim. All. Kwabar. Ya'ain. Namatazah. Bawa. Debar. Tawab. All. Yahweh. Allahaya. Yasha'ala. Baba Yah. Yarubaim. Verse 14. Wa Hakwayam. Yahweh. Lawa. Malak. Al. Yasha'ala. Ashar. Yakaryah. Ah. Bayah. Yarubaim. Zah. Hayawam. Wamah. Gam. Itha. Verse 15. Wahasaki. Waka. Yahweh. Ah. Yasha'ala. Ka'ashar. Yanawad. Hakwana. Bamayum. Wan Nathash. Ah. Yasha'ala. Ma'al Ha'adama Ha'tawabah Haza'ah Ashar Nathun La'abath Yaham Wazaran Ma'ibor La'nahar Ya'ain Ashar Ashawul Ashariyaham Naka I Yesayam Yahweh, verse 16. Wayathun Yasha'ala Bagalo Katawa Warabaim Ashar Kata'a Wa Ashar Hakatya Hakatya Yasha'ala, verse 17. Wathaquam Ashaf Yarobaim Wathalak Wathaba'a Tharataza Hayah Ba'a Basap Habayath Wa Hana'ar Ma. Clap it up. We're going to be in the book of 1 Kings, chapter 14, verse 11 in the English. Him that dieth of Jeroboam in his city shall the dogs eat, and him that dieth in the field shall the fowls of the air eat, for the Lord hath spoken it. Verse 12. Arise thou therefore, get thee to thine own house, and when thy feet enter into the city, the child shall die. 13. And all Israel shall mourn for him and bury him, for he only of Jeroboam shall come to the grave, because in him there is found some good thing toward the Lord God of Israel in the house of Jeroboam. 14. Moreover, the Lord shall raise him up a king over Israel, who shall cut off the house of Jeroboam that day. But what? Even now? 15. For the Lord shall smite Israel as a reed is shaken in the water, and he shall root up Israel out of this good land, which he gave to their fathers, and shall scatter them beyond the river, because they have made their groves, provoking the Lord to anger. 16. And he shall give Israel up because of the sins of Jeroboam, who did sin, and who made Israel to sin. 17. And Jeroboam's wife arose and departed, and came to Tirzah. And when she came to the threshold of the door, the child died. 18. And they buried him, and all Israel mourned for him, according to the word of the Lord, which he spake by the hand of his servant Ahijah the prophet. 19. And the rest of the acts of Jeroboam, how he warred and how he reigned, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. Verse 20. In the days which Jeroboam reigned were 22 years, and he slept with his fathers, and Nadab his son reigned in his stead. 21. And Rehoboam the son of Solomon reigned in Judah. Rehoboam was 41 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which the Lord did choose out of all the tribes of Israel to put his name there. And his mother's name was Naamah, and Ammonitis. 22. And Judah did evil in the sight of the Lord, and they provoked him to jealousy with their sins which they had committed, above all that their fathers had done. 23. For they also built them high places and images and groves on every high hill, under every green tree. 24. And there were also Sodomites in the land, and they did according to all the abominations of the nations which the Lord cast out before the children of Israel. Verse 25, and actually it's like this just goes to show that, as the scriptures say, nothing is new under the sun. Like just like eventually our people fell weak to not only worshiping the gods of the heathens, but as well as partaking in alternative lifestyles, like a lifestyle that our leaders promoted amongst us back in the ancient days. Like the same thing happened to us when Obama came into office. Like when Barack Obama became president, he gathered all of the religious leaders that he could, all those who held some kind of respect, some kind of authority in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian communities, and he paid them off in order to promote an alternative lifestyle to our people, to promote the destruction of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian families to our people. And the only way we can escape from the destruction, the same destruction that we faced during these times, during the times in the Old Testament, the times before, during, and after Christ, and the only way we can escape from the destruction we face today is if we turn back to the law, statutes, and commandments. If we come into the Isupk and change our lives as individuals and as a nation. That's the only way we can escape from these curses right here. No politician can stop the monkeypox or the AIDS from spreading amongst you. They can't stop the abortions. They can't stop the poverty. They can't stop the unjust unaliving of our children, of our elderly, of us as we go about our day-to-day lives just trying to survive in this hell. Like, they can't do it. Your religious leaders have proven they can't do it. Your celebrities sure as hell do not want to do it. So that only leaves one organization that has stepped up to the occasion, who has proven themselves to be the only ones fit for the job, and that's the Isupk under Commanding General Yohana.
That's right.
Verse 25. And it came to pass in the 5th year of King Rehoboam that Shishak, king of Egypt, came up against Jerusalem. Verse 26, and he took away the treasures of the house of the Lord, and the treasures of the king's house. He even took away all, and he took away all the shields of gold which Solomon had made. And this like, one thing we failed to realize as a people is, of course, not only how the nations in the past have taken advantage of our people and have sought to take, what riches we may have acquired, with a little bit of authority we may have acquired in the earth. Like they did that back there in the time of the Old Testament, but they of course do the same thing today. Like that's why it is that Vlad from Vlad TV is allowed to try to threaten a sister's job when all she says is that he shouldn't try to center himself around the Kendrick and Drake beef. You understand? And he wants to at her job on social media and threaten to get her fired. Like this is something the heathens have always done to our people, and like that might seem as something that's little to blacks and Hispanics. Like you may think in your mind, because you've been taught to love the oppressor and never question him, you may think that that sister should have never have said anything because it was racist. She, you know, she came to his post seeking an altercation and she got it. When in reality, it's little things like that that have gotten our oppressor into the position where he has complete authority over us. Like when we value the things like our jobs, which that sister did not do, we value those things. We value our families, money, our material possessions. We value our lives as, you know, as being something more than what it should be. When this nation comes before anything, you understand? And that's, of course, something that the ISBA has been teaching since 1969. And we're the only ones that teach that you shouldn't allow for your life to be valued more than the nation, than the well-being of the nation. Verse 27, and King Rehoboam made in their stead brazen shields and committed them unto the hands of the chief of the guard, which kept the door of the king's house. 28, and a brazen shield or a brass shield is supposed to be considered a lesser metal for weapons of war. It's damaged easily. Just to show you how much wealth this heathen robbed from the southern kingdom. Like how much wealth it is this heathen took from the children of Israel. And of course that's reflected on our people today. Like we wonder why all these nations are so great in this earth, why they have so many riches. When you look into the history of it, it's because they've stolen all of their wealth from blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Like all them nations over in the land of Africa, the Romans, the Greeks, they got so much wealth and so much power because they was able to take from our people, take from the blessings it is that the Lord had given to us as a nation. Wealth it is that we required righteously or rightfully, you understand? And they went and stole it all from us. Just like they went and stole it all from us when they started to desegregate the nations across this earth. At one point, America was in the time that's called the Great Depression, where devils was out here trying to sell their babies to anybody so that they could just get a morsel of bread, so that the family that they was trying to keep could eat for a day, could eat for an hour. You understand? They was out there throwing themselves off of skyscrapers and doing Lord knows what else. You understand? In order to try to survive out here, selling themselves, they was just doing all kinds of things. And during that time, the black community was thriving. And we had our own cities and towns. We had our own wealth to us as a people. It might not have been everybody, but it was enough to where we could go and have something of our own. And our oppressor, seeing this, he had to go and get traitors, get sellouts like Martin Luther King, get sellouts like all of the pastors that have turned their back not only on the people but on the Lord, on the word of the Lord. And they sold our people, Salakia, onto the oppressor. And after everything was desegregated, after all of our money was now going into our oppressor's kingdom, into his businesses, well, you stop seeing devils jump off of skyscrapers. You stop seeing devils trying to unalive themselves by cop so that their family could get life insurance policies. You've seen our oppressors stop trying to sell their babies to predators so that they could survive. You stopped seeing these things, and you started seeing this go on in the black community. You started seeing the destruction that happened with our people because we became so poor, because there are riches we acquired ended up being sucked out of our nation and put into another. Well, the same thing happened, you know what I'm saying, at this time, which has happened through numerous empires trying to conquer our people. 28. And it was so when the king went into the house of the Lord that the guard bare them and brought them back into the guard chamber. 29. Now the rest of the acts of Rehoboam and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? 30. And there was war between Rehoboam and Jeroboam all their days. And this is the northern and southern kingdom going to war, what's called a civil war. Yes, it's the same thing that ripped America apart when they had their great civil war. It's the same thing that tore America apart on January 6th. When it was the prelude to a civil war, and there's still strife between our oppressors and his brothers today here in America over what happened a couple years ago with January 6th. You understand? And that's for all you fake Israelites that don't believe that Israel ever fought against one another, and that believe that we should all just come into unity and embrace one another and be a whole bunch of diddlers, because that's really all that you are. Like, we went to war as a people to see who it is that the Lord was with. We went to war so that one group could have authority over another group. It's the same thing that King David did. It's the same thing that Christ did when he was in the earth. He went to war against the Sadducees and Pharisees, against the religious leaders of his time, and against corrupt politicians and anyone who sought to oppress his people. You understand? Like you still believe in our oppressor's doctrine of loving everybody. You understand that everyone should just come together, and you don't even have that view towards us so that we can really be together. You have that view so you can try to overcome us, so that you can try to steal all the money from the brothers and sisters in here, so you can try to sleep with brothers' wives, so you can abuse our children like the Lavender Lads do, and like the cats that wear the bed sheets on themselves. That's really what it is that you want to do. But because we have a man who has been seasoned in this truth, and because we have the Lord with us, we know better than that. 31. And Rehoboam slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David. And his mother's name was Naamah, an Ammonitess. And Abijam, his son, reigned in his stead. 1 Kings chapter 15 and verse 28. It's like 15 and 1. It's like Takan. Read for me, okay, show.
Go passing. Where we got anything?
You gotta get off social media. You're supposed to be here in the service. You gotta be paying attention, following along. 1 Kings 15 and 1.
That's right. It's like you're all right. 1 Kings chapter 15, verse 1. Now in the 18th year of King Jeroboam,
Yep.
the son of Nebat, reigned at Abijam over Judah. Verse 2. 3 years reigned he in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Maacah, the daughter of
Absalom.
Absalom. Okay. So like you said.
Verse what?
Verse 3. And he walked in all the sins of his father, which he had done before him, and heart was not perfect with the Lord, his God, as the heart of David, his father. Verse 4. Nevertheless, of David's sake, did the Lord his God give him a lamp in Jerusalem, to set up his son after him, and to establish Jerusalem. Verse 5. Because David did not